Yeah, we'd always pick something dumb. Hey guys!
Hi everyone! We're just going to get the comments up.
Yes, so I hope everyone's doing well today. It's a very warm one. A lot of fires going on, so I hope you guys are keeping safe.
Yes, definitely reach out for people that need help.
Yes.
You know, being evacuated and animals and all that sort of thing. Ballarat Good Karma Network is a great place to ask for help. A lot of people are very generous on there and they're offering, you know, places to keep their animals and that kind of thing.
That's it. Let's see if we can see if we're
and hopefully they actually work this time.
They're in. And your phone quality looks way better this time.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think we use yours more. The quality looks much better.
Okay, so we've got comments running. How's everyone going? Say hi if you're on. We're a little bit early, so I think a lot of people will be watching the replay.
Well, it's 5 o'clock, bang on.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
On 5.
Nice.
So, we're here on time.
Yes. So we want to welcome, this is Kate.
Hi.
Hi. So she has so generously offered to utilise our space and run an event for us in a couple of weeks' time?
Yeah, I think it's next week.
Just under 2 weeks' time.
What is the date? Yeah.
The 13th.
Yeah,
it's just a week. Just over a week away. Yeah, Sarah and I weren't well last week, as a lot of you might know, so that definitely pushed everything back.
It did.
So, but we're doing it because I'm so excited about it.
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yes.
Yeah. We're learning.
We're plant people, especially me and Sarah, so we're very excited. It's going to be around plant, alchemy and magic. So, yes, I'm very excited.
Yeah,
so,
awesome.
Because our people haven't met you before, did you just want to talk a little bit about what you do and who you are?
Okay, I'm Kate and I do lots of readings. Usually use tarot cards, but you pick up people's energy, so the cards are just part of it. I often work under the name Annabella, so you might see my cards out and about the place. I've been doing that for years and years. I've been into spirituality of all sorts, all religions, a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Yeah.
And I like the point where they cross over the best.
I find that's where you find that nugget of truth.
Bit of truth.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's sort of the background I come from. I've certainly worked in Indigenous communities, and that's just a whole other bag of spiritual, but very walking with the earth. Yeah, which is what this workshop's going to be about.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Right.
I know a lot of you guys, Sarah and I have been talking about this a lot lately. We've both been really feeling the call to making our own gardens, growing our own plants. And I'm sure a lot of you watching have felt the same call to kind of build on our... Hi Trish! Build on our self-sustainability. And to learn about the different healing powers of plants. So you've come along at the perfect time, honestly.
Yeah, I think it's going to be just what everyone needs. I've definitely been wanting to work with herbs and understanding what herbs do for your body and at different stages of your life, or its different stages of life and the cycles and things. So
absolutely,
it's really
well,
really
cycles
beautiful.
of humans, cycles of nature.
Yeah,
works.
It's all linked, isn't it?
The seasons,
supposed to. Yeah.
Seasons. Yeah, absolutely.
We need to go back to that, and Sarah and I have definitely been feeling that call strongly. So
yeah, it's going to be a really beautiful day. So, what can people expect if they come along to this little event?
Well, there's lots of things. So much, we probably don't have enough time. Yeah. I'd like to get to know the people who come along and find out what they're doing in their gardens, or what they might know and use plants for. To start with, a lot of people do perhaps herbal teas, so that's a good starting point. Okay, I'd like to talk a little bit about things you find in Ballarat. So as you move around, what plants grow easily here, and it doesn't have to be Indigenous or Australian plants, because all the English stuff's growing in people's gardens. There's a lot of really common things that people don't even know about that have lovely properties for us. So there's all that sort of stuff. And there's some stories about ancient times and plants and what they were used for.
Amazing.
And we go right up to modern days and a little bit of easy spell crafting, things you can perhaps do with your altar at home. What plants would be nice to bring in what sort of energies. And I was doing up at Sharp this week about correspondences with plants and zodiac signs.
Oh, that's cool.
That's super cool.
Love that.
People go,
I
I'm
think
going
I
to
know
write
everyone
out
does
so,
that.
so people can see what they're aligned with.
That's so
perfect.
cool. So if you want to learn more, this is like the perfect opportunity, because I must admit I'm very newbie when it comes to this. Like I've been having a little bit of a go and hearing bits here and there, but like just said, feeling that really strong call to really understand, really start to use what we have, especially when it comes to like, you know, medicine and things like that. Like there's some beautiful raspberry leaf teas that really nurture you when you're going through your cycles, and you know, chamomile to help you sleep and things like that. Like to really use that rather than the synthetics that we always go to.
That knowledge is so ancient.
Yeah.
It's been with us for a long time, especially as women have been the guardians of this sort of knowledge.
Yeah.
So it's not newfangled or woo-woo, as people say. It's ancient knowledge brought forward.
Yeah, it's just unlocking what's already there.
It's a remembering.
Yeah, remembering. I like that. Yeah, a remembering. So
something I wanted to say is just the basics of being outside and taking your shoes off in the dirt, grounding.
Yes.
Grounding. You can just, if you're having a difficult time with anything, and your head, especially if your head's all up there, shoes off in the dirt, ground out. Dissipate the energy.
It's so underrated. Like people are like, oh, what's that gonna do? It's like, go do it and you'll find out. Like, especially after, like, I know when people have sessions here and things, they'll be like, I need to go outside and hug a tree or something. Like, it just pulls you back.
Well, they have documented this with cerulean photography.
Yeah.
You know, you release your energy and they've documented and see it going into the ground.
It's incredible, isn't it?
Yeah, it does.
It's incredible stuff, and it's a massive call for it to come back as the veil starts to get thinner and the world starts to change and starts to go back into how it was meant to be, and with its new dimensions as well. So it's a bit of an exciting time and a really potent time for people to start really practicing this stuff, because it's one thing to know it and go, oh yeah, herbs are good, but it's another thing to really start to be in the energy of people talking about it and learning about it, and because like you remember things with emotions. So if you have a good time with a group of women or men or people who, you know, just back and forth talking about it, you can start to go, oh, actually I really resonate with that, I'm going to go home, I already have that in my garden, now I know what to do with it.
And connecting with your heart to nature. Because it's that interaction that feeds us, I think.
The thing I love the most about this is the cost is so low. So even to be here, the cost is really low. You're going to equip people with the knowledge for them to go out and find these things for free. Like I imagine we'll probably touch on dandelion, for example. That's everywhere. Literally everywhere. So it's not a huge cost commitment, but the benefit is just, you know, through the roof. So
I think it'll get people thinking, feeling good, and thinking a little more. Further, step further in the thinking.
And paying notice to what's around them. Instead of going, oh, that's weed, and just
that's very important. There's foraging's freely available in Ballarat. Some marvellous things. Because I come from somewhere else, I really appreciate it. And there's some foragers in Dalesford who do blogging, and they've got so many things that just up on them.
And that knowledge is freely accessible
to
all of us.
So Tricia said, I would love weight loss and calming. So there are plants that can really help with that kind of thing. Especially, like, I know chamomile's good for the calming. As far as my knowledge goes.
Valerian is another one, but I'm not sure that's something you can just find out.
I've got some interesting information from Swiss herbalists on weight loss, so I'm going to have a little check that out.
Watch this space, Trish.
That's it. And the thing is, like, for me, like, I've never really known, like, plants much at all. Like, I was never really into them. And to know that what I already have in my garden, that's already happening, that I can utilize it. And even, like, I'm growing vegetables, for example, and so I'm growing pumpkin. And so, you know, I eat the pumpkin, I know that. But then someone's like, have you eaten the flowers of the pumpkin? I'm like, what do you mean? You know, like, there's all this knowledge that it's
That's right, yes.
You could eat the flowers of the pumpkins that I'm growing. You could eat the beetroot leaves. Like, you know, I didn't know that. Like, there's just so much there that we miss out on, and I think it's really cool to bring that back and to share that wisdom, because it helps everyone involved.
I've actually got a favourite weed in town.
What is it?
Everywhere.
What is it?
It's tricornered lake, sometimes called onion weed.
Okay.
Sounds a bit like
is that the one
everywhere in Ballarat?
That you pull it out of the ground and it's got the tiny little white
bulbs? Has a white flower that falls over. I don't know if I'll bring any in, because it's most prevalent in winter.
Okay.
But you can use every part of the plant, the flowers, the bulbs.
So what are the benefits of that one? What can you use it
It
for?
tastes great. Use it in your cooking.
Oh.
See, I love that.
Love that. Yeah.
We're so disconnected from our food.
And that's something, because I know it, as anyone who lives here, just like this one, I don't have any trouble identifying it.
Yeah.
You know, I like people to be really sure of their plants.
You have to be. Yes.
You don't know
It's
what's wrong.
very important. Yeah.
But this is very common around here. Everybody's got it growing in their gardens in winter.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
That's
awesome.
super cool.
Just pop some in the soup.
Yeah, why
Just
not?
eat from your garden or the curbside.
Trish has asked where to get more indigenous plants. Where to get more indigenous plants.
Right, that's very interesting. They have them at nurseries around here. I'm not familiar with the bush around here. I'm from desert.
Yeah.
Also, myself, I'm careful with the bits of information I know. Might be sacred to some other people.
Yeah. Okay.
We might not have permissions. But I know there's quite a few nurseries around here that have sections and little tickets. So
Yeah, I feel like
it's
I've
an
seen
easy
that.
way.
Yeah.
There's also a yarning garden where they have got some indigenous plants available at Barclay Street with the
I think
neighbourhood house.
Trish is from Ararat, so might not be super relevant to her. But Trish is also Indigenous.
Yep.
So
The yarning garden might be of interest to her.
yeah, yep. So Barclay Street is it?
Yep, Barclay Square
Oh, Barclay Square.
at
Yes.
the neighbourhood house.
Yep.
And they will know all about it because I've seen some of their plant collection in pots around the place.
Yeah.
I don't know the women gather there and chat.
And I'm sure that if Trish were to ring them, they'd be willing to put her in the right direction.
Yeah, absolutely they would.
Yeah.
There's no hesitation recommending it.
Yeah.
It's a warm and inviting group. There's no cost. It's just women talking to women.
Oh,
And they've got some lovely pots of plants as well if you want to talk about those.
Yeah, very good.
And there is some indigenous plants there which you
That's
can look
so
at and
cool.
talk about. Yeah. So I hope that's all for you, Trish.
Yeah.
Good place to start.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. And if that resonates, because obviously being more connected with your culture, and if the plants in line with that is really powerful.
I think there's so much to learn
Yeah.
from the people that lived here earlier.
Oh
Absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm just always mindful of being respectful. Don't always know what's right and what's wrong. So
Yeah.
err on the side of caution.
Yeah,
Well, this is
yeah.
true. This is true, and it's I think a big thing intention.
I agree with that. And as I
So-
said, I'm from the desert, so
Yeah.
you're in someone else's
So
country.
where are you from when you say
I'm
that?
from Sunraysia, at the very top of Victoria,
Wow.
where it's really hot.
So is that near Mildura?
Yep,
Yeah.
absolutely.
How do you go down here?
Um,
It's so cold.
I don't love your winter.
Yeah,
Not
no
many
one
people
does.
do.
No one
Even
does.
the ones who are born and bred here are like,
But
oh
the
my
weather at
goodness.
the moment's perfect. This is the best time of year, and summer's been great because
Yeah.
my friends going, oh, it's too hot, and I go, it's lovely.
Yeah.
My summer's not so bad. I can
This
handle
is
it.
like a mild summer's day for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm right at the borders of all the states.
Yeah.
So New South Wales on the two rivers there,
Wow.
Darling and the Murray.
Oh
Yes.
gosh, I grew up around the Murray, up in the Swan Hill area.
Yeah, very
So
similar.
very different temperatures. Like I had the best tan always. Nan would always be like, "Do you go to tanning salons?" I'm like,
I just
"You just
like
cool."
this.
I just play outside.
Yeah, basically, because I walked everywhere
Well,
back then.
yeah, you know all about the climate.
Jenny Reynolds, hello, Sarah. Could you possibly message me after the live? I possibly could.
Hi, Jenny.
Yeah. So very different temperatures, and which means like for the plants, like it's really cool.
Oh, it's
to learn
incredibly
how
different. A friend of mine asked me recently if I had any salt bush,
Yeah.
and I naively thought I'd drive out to the sensory garden and just find some in the bush. No.
I see that in nurseries all the time.
Well, it grows wild where I'm from.
Mm.
But anyway, we've got some. I've put in dozens of cuttings.
Yeah.
We can have bushes everywhere.
Yeah, that's
perfect. More
amazing.
plants, that's what we need.
Heck yeah.
So it's absolutely wild where I come from.
Yeah.
You just drive and pull down the ground.
I love that.
Yeah, me too. And this is we go different places, us girls, and the girls are always like, I'm taking some of these homes, and I take little
Yeah.
cuttings home, and
I awakened a monster in Katie. We went to, was it Seven Sisters?
Seven Sisters, I think.
And on the way out, I was like pinching little bits off succulents. She's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm going to grow them. And she's like, you can do that? It's like, yeah, you just put them in water and they grow roots. And she took some and planted them in her garden, and she's got the bug now. So she's just snip, snip, snip away.
Succulents are just perfect for
Oh,
that.
they're the best.
They're made for that.
Yeah, they are.
Because they drop pieces off, that's how they...
Yeah, that's how they spread around.
Yeah. So you don't even have to feel guilty when you take a little piece.
Yeah,
I love it.
Design
Makes them thrive.
Yeah.
That's another thing we're going to do. We're going to cover how you ask the trees and the plants nicely to give you something.
Oh, yes.
Spells or invocations, if you will.
That's a cool idea.
Yeah.
Yes.
I haven't thought of that concept, because I suppose if you're just going to go hack away at a tree or something, or a plant, then there's a whole ritual around that where you can really honour the plant as you and ask for permission. So
I actually think it was Trish that taught me that.
Oh,
I was taught very young. You always ask permission.
Yeah.
Even if you're pulling like a leaf or a stick or something off a tree, always ask permission.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Trish, but I think it was you that taught me that.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. Very important part of the process.
Yeah.
Respect, as we're all into understanding respect and the connection between all
Living things. And
Yes.
I think that's such an important thing to sort of teach people, because we forget. Like, I know my conditioned brain growing up, I didn't know any of that.
Yep.
So to really understand that, that whole cycle of life, the plants and the humans and the bugs and the animals and everything, and the elements and the seasons, like, we are all so connected. And if we can start to get in like sync with that, we can have such a better life.
The more connected you are to all life, the easier everything is. You wash along. It's just things are easier and better.
Inflow. That's
So
a phrase we've been using a lot lately.
Yeah, it's like
nice.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I'm curious to know a little bit more about your readings. How long have you been reading for?
I don't even know where I started, because people ask questions and you're able to answer them with perhaps something that wasn't conscious or obvious. And from there, I picked up tarot cards probably in my 20s, which is sort of late given I was reading. I was into all the gods and goddesses when I was younger, Greek, Roman, Indian, all sorts.
No thirst for knowledge.
Yeah,
Want to know it all.
So I picked up tarot cards in my 20s and started book learning, rather than gazing at the pictures and doing that lost in the illustration thing, which some of my young friends do. That's how they access the knowledge.
Yeah.
I'm a book learner and did a lot of rote learning.
Yeah.
So, and that's the foundation. After that, you go with intuition and you tune in, if you will.
Okay. So what is book learning for those who don't really understand? Because we've got a few newbies who wouldn't have a clue.
In the olden days before the internet. So literally books out of the library, books from the bookshop that people will give you, and it lists things like what every card means, so you can learn it that way.
Yeah.
Or what all the kings mean, so there's a meaning around all of them. Things like that. Which ones represent people?
Yeah.
Which ones represent parts of your body? Maybe you're looking for healing.
Yeah, it's so beautiful.
So
I really love
there's
that.
a lot of information in the cards.
Yeah.
So if you're reading for someone, you can just start with information before you even start picking up their energy.
Yeah,
which
that's
is
so
a
cool.
nice, safe way to start, I think.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I've just been doing it for so long, I don't think about it much anymore. Someone comes along, I try and find out where they're at and maybe what they're looking for. Sometimes I'll get them to flip up a few cards and tell them what they're about.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll do it for them.
Just kind of go with the
Kind of
flow.
go with the flow, exactly.
Yeah, depending on who walks in the door and
what they want.
what comes through for you to do. That's so cool.
Or you can do it very, okay, here's the time that we're allotted, and do a basic spread by the book, now this, and just tell them in a circle. Maybe see how that feels afterwards. We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
Everyone has a different process, don't they?
Well, that's why I love hearing people's processes, because you kind of go,
so different.
interesting.
It reminds me of when you said about how the cards weren't strictly necessary. We have a friend that she told us a really funny story. When she used to start out doing readings, she found that people were very uncomfortable with not having something, in front and, speaking the message. It kind of freaked them out. So she used to have a crystal ball. And she'd pretend to see images in the crystal ball when it's actually her clairvoyance. So people do like to have that, and I find that too, that the cards are like a good, they keep things flowing. And,
well, I think it just sets it into so when you think about the concept of someone's walking in from the 3D reality and you're connecting to something higher, it just gives a 3D element. It's like, a tangible, physical thing here, but it's less freaky for those who are a bit like still skeptical. And it's like, did you really know that? Well, you did because I didn't tell you, but it's freaking me out. So, but the cards just kind of give that 3D tool like physical element to it. Because I kind of wondered for a while there that it's like, why would you freak out about that? I'm like, well, put yourself in their shoes. This is what I do a lot of. That would be a bit weird. How do you know that?
I think some people are like, can she read my mind? Or do you know what I mean? Like it just, we fear what we don't understand.
People can be uncomfortable when you know about something really personal.
Yes. So how did she know that? She witch burner.
Well, we've got to be careful over there all the time.
One of the ways I try and reassure people is mostly what I hear disappears after the reading.
Oh, absolutely.
It's contained in that space.
Yeah.
And when you come out of that sacred space, it just disappears.
Yeah, you've got your own life.
Keeps everybody safe. You don't have their stuff. They take what they need.
Yeah.
It's lovely.
Yeah, it does make it a lot easier. Because you imagine if you had to hold on to everyone's reading all the time to remember it. Like, your poor brain. How could you do that? So it's kind of like channeling then, isn't it? Readings,
Yeah, I think so,
Yeah. It's incredible. I love it. I love reading so much. And plants!
And
so
plants.
it's like love that you're on board with us.
It's going to be great fun. I'll bring some plants in. Sniff them. I love things that smell beautiful and look beautiful, and there'll be some surprises. People go, oh, I see that everywhere. I didn't know it was a thing. Well, that's what I'm hoping to.
I'm really
again, your star sign. What star sign are you? This one's yours. Maybe you put some in your spells or on your altar or...
I think it's going to be so cool. Come back to our witchy roots.
Absolutely. I'm so here for it. I'm
and
so
bring
here
your
for
own garden pieces in.
Yes.
So we can talk about them. And
Yeah, if there's something in your garden you're like, I wonder what this is, I don't really know, because it's, something that...
Especially if it's something you're especially drawn to, and like. And common gardening, apples.
Yep.
Very sacred.
Yeah, okay.
It's a whole tradition. And that was long before Eve took one.
Is there anything you can share with us about apples that people might find interesting?
They're over 2,000 years old.
Wow.
So they go back a long way. And there's a little story in Roman mythology about golden apples rolling on the ground. So scientists are wondering, were they a very different colour back then?
Oh, that's
Were
cool.
the first apples truly yellow and golden?
Wow.
We think of golden delicious, which are a bit yellowish, a bit greenish. It's just possible they were a yellow fruit back then.
So they think that's more in line with like how they started out. That's
So
cool.
what do you think happens for them to change? I'm curious.
Selective breeding.
You can trace the roots of apples a long way back. It's really only kind of that story of one tree started all sort of thing. I don't know enough to really quote that, but most of the varieties go back a long, long way.
Okay.
So apples been with us a long time, and they've been sacred to a lot of goddesses over the years, and featured a lot in stories like haven't they?
Something that we
Snow White.
Yeah, exactly.
True.
Exactly.
You've got to be careful when you see a witch carrying an apple. What was that common TV show? The Housewives? Housewives back in the day, and there was an apple in the logo.
Oh, yeah. I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
You know, I can picture it.
Yes.
I can picture it, but I can't remember what it's called. Yes. That's the one. That's the one. Yeah, there's actually a lot of plant symbology in that show, like with the wisteria and
So picked up exactly.
Yes, I sadly used to watch that show. So bit of a waste of time, but that's okay. We live and learn.
You're into what you're into. I like all those sort of things. So
things that we interact with on like a semi-regular basis. We don't even think about these sacred roots that they have.
I think we're going to learn a lot. I think we need to learn a lot.
Absolutely.
And come back to connection, because we've lost a lot of that. So if you are really interested, like, please let us know, because it's just going to be a really beautiful connective in all ways. Obviously the group itself, but you can go home and connect with your plants. And I remember I was actually literally talking to my friends last night about how your plants, like when you communicate with your plants, they grow better. And their energy changes when you walk in the room, because they know that you're the one who waters them and nurtures them and looks after them. So if you're someone who touches the leaves and talks to them and communicates with them, you start to build an energetic bond, and they know your
energy flow.
Yes.
Makes me eat
Inflow, as you say.
Inflow.
Yeah.
And
It's in everything we do.
plants, like the energy that like house plants and stuff, they do so much for you that you know, a lot of people might even just take it for granted if they don't know, they just have it because it's nice. Like I know I was one of those people, so speaking from experience, that you know they can take negative energies away. They
Purifies.
Spider plants. Get some spider plants. They're the best.
Yeah, and that's another one that freely gives of itself to take a fresh plant.
Yeah.
Take one of these and make it.
So my mate gives me a baby. It's like, here, go take this one. All right. Like, what do I do with this?
Grow a new plant.
Some things are so easy to propagate because that's what they want.
Yeah, they want
to continue life.
Yeah,
it's so beautiful. Like, I absolutely love this new knowledge that I have for plants because, you know, even like in our meditation, you know, we look at the tree and we go down into the roots and, you know, and all, you know, there's so much symbology in all of it.
Yeah.
So, coming back to that is going to be absolutely awesome.
Yeah. I can't wait. I'm so excited.
Interconnectedness.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping it'll be fun, a bit uplifting, a bit learning.
Yeah. And it's always fun hanging out here, you know.
Absolutely.
You guys love that.
Beautiful space.
Yeah, we enjoy it. We're a bit biased though, I'll be honest.
So let's talk details. So,
yes.
I also had a thought, not promising anything, can we potentially sort something out? Maybe if you're okay with this, like a live feed or something for our friends that aren't local. I'm just thinking of Trish.
Yeah, okay.
She may want to take part. Jenny, you may want to take part. They're not local. So let's have a talk about that after the live, but watch this space. Not making any promises. But I do want to try and include you guys if we can. But yes, let's talk details. So
yes.
Here at Zen Daily, 613 Sturt Street, Ballarat Central, on Thursday, the 13th of March. We're running it from 1 till 3, and it's only $10 to participate.
That's pretty cool.
And you're just going to get filled up with so much knowledge and, you know, excitement for what's in your our own backyard. So
connect with beautiful people.
For $10. Yeah. What can you get for $10 anywhere these days?
Yeah.
Not much. Let alone something that's going to improve your life and, you know, help you to be better, basically.
Yeah. So is there any other last minute questions from you guys or anything else you want to share?
I don't think I have anything I want to share. Is there anything else you want to let everyone know? We've covered our bases.
Yeah, beautiful. I don't think there's any last minute chats. Most people
will have a mystery door prize.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I like that.
I like the way you think, Kate. That's fun. We love doing stuff like that.
We do. So yes, come along. Send us a message. If you're watching this back later, if you have any questions, you're welcome to shoot through any messages. And let us know.
Shoot through questions and messages. And that way we can incorporate them on the day.
Well, that's exactly it. If there's anything you want to know a bit more about and you're coming along or you just whatever, it's very open, very just get to know the plants, get to know each other. Let's all connect and it's going to be a beautiful day.
Learn some cool stuff. Also, if you're watching this on the replay, don't forget to comment #replay.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes, that'd be great.
All right.
Beautiful. Well, thank you so much for coming along. We really enjoyed you taking the time. It
was meant to be.
No, we appreciate your time and your effort. It's
I'm looking forward to meeting some people and talking about it. What did we say? Kitchen bitching in the kitchen. Just bitching in the kitchen.
We had so much fun trying to come up with a name for this.
I know. Kitchen bitching witching. All right, lovelies. Mwah.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone. We'll see you soon. Oh, also watch this space for a new crystal live.
Woo! Yay! Talk to you soon. Bye.